This is a world where I try to get better at building. But this is also a world where I try to have fun by experimenting, taking my time and not worrying about perfection. Every path I walk, every block that's placed and every detail you see tells a story. So welcome to another episode of my world, a builder's journey. Welcome back everyone to the next episode of a builder's journey. And to anyone new here, I am Cyro, and this is these guys always spawn. But yeah, this is my survival world that I've been playing for a very long time. And as you saw that pillager right there, they love spawning in my world. And I got arrow to the head, which isn't, yeah, I don't feel so good. But yeah, this is technically the first official video of this year. And what I want to do is I want to try and fix this terraining. That's the plan for this episode. But before we do that, I actually want to talk to you guys about something. So as this is the first technically official episode of 2026, because the last episode was a world tour, I don't really count that. But yeah, this is the first official episode. And what I want to do is basically talk to you guys about what the plan is for this world, like where this world should be heading. So I have this book right here and I'm going to call it Plans for 2026. So I'm going to try and probably off camera try and list a few things I want to do this year, because last year was just like, you know, getting my hands on building, you know, trying to get better at building, because this let's play, well, survival world is mainly just about me trying to improve at building. And of course, you know, trying to have fun, because this, I never had a let's play before this and I never kept it for a while. Like I would start a let's play then stop it. So I want to like have like a solid plan of what I want to do. Like for example, the one plan that I got that I could build this year is probably like a railway system. Like a railway system could be made somewhere around here and then we can just use it, you know. We can go back to spawn, we can go all the way down there. And yeah, I just want to do something that's a little bit more fun, because I've been using my horse for traveling. So having like a railway system would be pretty nice. You know, we could also make like, I don't know, just anything. I just need to figure out, like, that mine needs to get finished, like the area around it. So that can be in the book. I do have like a project board as well right here. But I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to tear this down just so you can get a better view of the house, because this is kind of blocking the view here. And yeah, so this book, if you guys have any ideas that I should do this world, like I want to do a lot of things, then yeah, just please let me know. So the plan for this episode, right, is to try and finish this terraforming right here. And this episode was actually attached to the world tour, but I kind of split it up because, you know, the world tour is already like a 49-minute episode. And I feel like if I attach this episode with that one, it would take too much time. So I decided to split up the episodes. And yeah, so what I want to do is basically fix this whole area here. I feel like the area here is a bit too chaotic, and this area here is, you know, it's a bit floating, and I decided to make it floating because I want to try a new terraforming trick. So the usual things I like to do when I'm terraforming is I like to do like rocks like here just on the sides. But the new thing I want to try and do is I want to have like a rock face here. For example, let's say this is the rock face. So something like this. Now this is like a very bad example, but it's like the rocks go nicely down the build. So it will start, the front face will be here, and then it will push in, and then it will probably go from like here, the rocks, all the way down here, and then in between there's like cracks. And yeah, it's a new terraforming trick. Hopefully that explanation kind of made sense. But yeah, I want to try that. I also want to try this new block palette with some mossy cobblestone and moss and cobblestone. So like this is the gradient I want to try and mainly use. And then I guess in between, to kind of break up this pattern, I'll probably integrate some stone and just a few more other blocks just to make the build a little bit more interesting. And I also want to try and just fix up the exterior of the build, because if we come right here, this is one part of the exterior, like this kind of like it's kind of like this cover, and I want to try and like, you know, add some life into this build. Because one thing that I've noticed in my builds is sometimes my builds lack life. So, and to add life in a build, I think movement is probably like one of the best things to add. So I want to try and add some movement down here. Oh yeah, a quick thing I want to add is I hate all my friends, and the reason because is a few weeks ago I did a stream, and in that stream I was, you know, I was being a naive little guy just grinding some materials for the build you see right here. And Junior, do you want to just get off there? Yep, thank you. I told them I had the bright idea to tell them to rename some of my tools, and I'm just gonna show you, and you guys can be the judge and see how good these names are. And I think it started all because of this diamond hole right here. So this diamond hole is called Jessica, and so one of my friends had the I told them, let's name this hole, guys. One of them had the brilliant idea to name it that, and I kind of understand the subtext behind the meaning. If you guys don't, then... And then from that it went to a downward spiral, because then we started to name all my tools, and for some reason we started to name them female objects as well. If I find... Okay, so like for example, one of them is called this, and my boots also got renamed to this, and some of my other armor pieces also got renamed. And all I'm gonna say is it's better to have no friends than friends, because I hate mine. Now this is what the world is made for. Just views like this is exactly what I want to see in my world. I feel like I've lacked a little bit in the... I feel like I lacked the photo-esque screenshots in my world. Like, I want to have like angles where I can just stand right here and then look at my build and just admire it. And I feel like I kind of lost that in this world. I'm trying to bring it back, and this block right here, just zoom it in, click F1, and oh, this is what I love. Okay, this is a build that I thought I'd never be able to do in a while, and surprisingly, after a year of, you know, persisting and trying my best, I've came up with this, and I'm super proud of how this turned out. Now these pine trees, I want to talk about these pine trees first. So my pine trees back in the big tree area, they look like Christmas trees, right? And I always spoke about how I didn't like those pine trees, and I feel like I've really improved that. Like, we got 3 pine trees, different sizes, which didn't really take too long to build, to be honest. And yeah, I'm really proud with how they turned out. We used some walls and some nice actual blocks here. And yeah, this is what I was talking about before when I meant the rocks and the cracks. So like, the rock starts from all the way here, and then it gradually goes down and pushes all the way here. Now this terraforming could still do a little bit more work. Like, I could have added like some dead coral blocks possibly, you know, just to mix it in. But I feel like for what it is right now, I'm kind of proud of how it turned out. So I did that pattern of using some moss blocks and then transitioning into this mossy cobblestone. And then tuff, of course, tuff looks really nice with the mossy cobblestone, so I added that with it. And then yeah, I gradually went down to like the other stones. Oh yeah, and a trick that I learned as well is to really add a bit more life to builds. Is this. Look at that. Candles being used as birds. And I remember watching someone and they used candles as birds. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna steal your idea and use it myself. And oh, I really love that as well. Oh yeah, and then I added like a small waterfall here because I feel like something was missing, and I also wanted to have like a better transition from this top area down here. So I added a small waterfall, used candles as like some splashes, and I feel like to really finish this area off, what I want to try and do is the pathway here. I'm gonna try and make a way to extend it down here and then go all the way to the distance. And then what I could do is in this flat area, I guess I can surround it with like grass, dead bushes, dead leaves, all that stuff. And yeah, just make this area nice and flat because like I said before, I don't want to ruin this view. That view is probably one of my favorite view and I want to try and preserve it as much as possible. And then if we come over to this side, is more or less the same thing. But what I really love about this area, right, is I like this nice small cove thing we've got here. So when I was building these rocks, I initially just started to place the blocks and, you know, trying to make the cliffside. But then I accidentally made like a small like cove here. And I edited just a little bit just to make it a little bit better and have like a bit more pointiness to it. And this cove, I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but if you guys have any like interesting ideas, then please let me know because I feel like we can do something interesting there. Alright, now let's talk about this tree. So this tree, I got a few problems with it. So the first thing I want to talk about is this angle right here. So this angle right here is another good angle because you get all of like the depth and detail of the build and like, you know, the exterior work. And I don't know if this tree kind of gets in the way because initially I put leaves on it, and when I put the leaves on it, right, it blocked the build a lot. So I'm like, okay, let's don't do it with leaves. So I also checked the front angle as well, and I also put leaves on it. It also blocked it. And now I kept it in this dead tree. I just made like a dead tree. And I want you guys to tell me, which one do you prefer? Do you prefer the dead tree or the tree with leaves? Or should I just completely remove this tree? I don't mind to do any of them. Like I could remove it if I have to as well. But yeah, if you guys want me to keep the tree like this, then I think I'm gonna have to do some branch edits because these branches are mainly for like it's meant to have leaves on it. That's why it's a little bit awkward how I placed some of the fences. But yeah, just let me know about that. Oh yeah, and then here I tried to make like a hidden, in quotation marks, a hidden pond. And yeah, this area is just, you know, I just tried to fill in the space because I could have just made the terraforming from up here all the way down there. But I'm like, you know what, let's cook up something different. And yeah, this is where the tree sits. And I think in this pond right here, I might add like the Nautilus pet because yeah, I feel like it will add a bit more movement and life. And this is still the 1.21.9 update, so I'm kind of behind in the updates, but I feel like, yeah, having like a Nautilus, some fishes, I think it will look pretty cool. And now here is the area that I was talking about. So this area I filled up, is finished, and I added a small details as well. So like we got some nice signs, like we got some, we know like this is like the workshop area, so workshop there. And I also called the shop is called Bulk and Barrel. And yeah, I feel like that's a pretty decent name for the amount of space up there. Like it's not perfect space, like the space is a bit limited, but yeah, Bulk and Barrel. And yes, so here is the workshop, and what I want to do here is try and add some life into this area. And I feel like I kind of achieved that as well, because if we come right here, right, this is some movement. So this is like a log cutting area, and all of the, like, you know, the small logs and stuff is getting filtered into here. And then yeah, here we got like a small conveyor belt where copper golems will go up and then go to like the shelves. I still need to fix this, so I feel like for the remaining part of this episode, I'm gonna try and yeah, just like finish this off. I was just trying to cook up a name. I this is what I wanted to call him. Stupid. There we go. I just wanted to call him Stupid. Alright, Stupid. Welcome to the world, little man. Stupid. Welcome. Welcome. This is gonna be, you're gonna live down here with Rusto. And these guys, how are they doing? Bro, they are look, they want to sort those chests. Look at them. Oh my, they're all crowding around this one area. I think now it's time to do something a bit more, not interesting per se, but it's time to do science. Like how B-Dub say it, science time. Yeah, Clumsy's working hard. He's working hard. Yep. He's still doing his thing. But yeah, why I need copper golem? I need copper golem for like the statue area. So I'm gonna place copper golems here, and then in this like I'm gonna just call it a conveyor belt. In this conveyor belt thing, I want copper golems to be like sliding onto this, and I want a copper golem here. Essentially, what I want to try and do is, as you may know, I really like movement in my builds, right? And this is good. I really like the copper golem giving some movement. But what I want to do is have like a redstone like system which basically lights up these redstone lamps in a cycle. And when I get a bit better redstone and I found the deep dark, I'm gonna probably do those skulk sensor stuff that when I come close and it hears my walking, then it activates when I'm in close proximity. But for now, let's do this way. So I have not even the slightest of a clue of what I'm doing in redstone, and how I like to just basically practice, I guess, is I kind of remember that you have to do something like a cycle. So this is the only thing I remembered, and let's do this. That didn't work. Why didn't that work? I get it. Okay, so I need to essentially make the ticks go lower, I think. Oh, and it goes backwards. Okay, I get it now. Okay, cool. So it went like this, and then it ticked all to the bottom one. So then it goes like this. Oh, we did it. Okay. Now, can you do this in a larger scale? That's my main concern. All right, let's just get started though. I think it should be fine in the grand scheme of things. So essentially, I need to make kind of like a bigger version of that. So if I place, do I need? Surely this is not smart, right? Surely, do I need this much? I don't even think I have a lot of quartz actually, to be fair. Shout out to any day oneers who still remembers this small cave right here. Okay, I think that's all of them. Yep, that should be all of them. This is the nerve-wracking part. Okay. Get this redstone dust. Do that. And it doesn't work. It doesn't work. It doesn't work one bit, because I don't think these can actually activate the yeah, I don't think they can activate it. Do I need observers? Maybe. Oh, maybe if I hold on. Let's have a piece of redstone dust here. So if I break this, this should flick, right? So let's go like this. All right, you guys ready? Okay, 3, 2, 1. Oh, I understand it now. I understand. Oh my days. It makes sense. Redstone makes sense. Oh, is it turning night? Oh my days. I understand. That's why people use observers. Oh. Okay, this might not work how I think it might, but if everything looks good, then if I do this and finally this, there we go. Okay, it is hella clunky, and it does take a small while to get back around, but that actually doesn't look too bad. It's like a small so what I wanted is 1 by 1 to flash, But this works fine, right? You know, we have some movement. So when we look from afar, if we wait for it, I don't think you can actually see it because it's day. Okay, it's 2 day. But we could either have it like this, or we could have like 2, 2, 2, 1. I don't know. Tell me what you guys think. That is redstone, guys. Oh, I'm actually so happy. I'm so happy. I can't believe I figured it out. That should work. So if I remove these, wow, that is good. That is so good. The movement. We got some minecarts, copper golem, clumsy. Then we got this. It's not perfect, but I'm happy. I'm so happy with this. But okay, that's all from me today. This has been the world tour. This sorry it took this long, but when you're having too much fun, it's worth the wait. And this build, especially here, is so nice. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next episode.